Hey guys, what's going on? I just want to check in on Hedera. Ticker for this is HBAR, currently on the weekly time frame. Before I get into it, a couple things. Number one, if you're not subscribed and you want to get notified when I release these videos, hit subscribe, click the bell, click on all. If you don't do the last two steps, YouTube won't actually send you the notification when I put out a new video. Secondly, if you want to place to trade HBAR and pretty much all the other coins that I talk about on this channel, I put a link to the exchange that I'm currently using in both the pinned comment and the description. And depending on your location, you may need a VPN to access it. So I also put a link to a promotion on a VPN. Okay, so I've already done several HBAR videos in the past where I've kind of given you the macro outlook and I marked out all these important structural levels. So for the sake of saving time, I'm just going to briefly touch on them and I won't go too in detail. Okay, so if you want to trade HBAR, there's two diagonal lines that I recommend that you draw. Number one is going to be right here, and this one is still in play, okay? And the second one is going to be right here. So we have the downsloping level of what was resistance and the upsloping level of support. But where the price stands right now, actually they're both support levels, okay? So if I zoom in, actually, no, before I do that, I'll just go over the horizontal levels of support and resistance that I suggest that you draw. And all of these are drawn on the weekly time frame, okay? Okay, so the first one, it's going to be right below this candle body right here. Okay, and if you look to the right, you'll see that this was a strong level of resistance. We came up, formed a doji right at this resistance level and came all the way back down. Okay, the second horizontal level that I recommend that you draw is, I would say, the most important level on this entire chart. So in order to identify it, zoom in here and paste it right below these candle bodies. Okay, right below these candle bodies right here. And just to give you an overview regarding how important this particular level is, I'm going to zoom out. And let's look left, okay? So it's right at the peak of the wick right here. And moving across, it is where this candle body got rejected down to when this weekly candle closed. After that, the bulls came in and drove it back up. But this was a significant level that the price was respecting. Okay, moving out, as I mentioned, it's right under here. These candle bodies respected this level for 4 weeks in a row. So an entire month of price action right here. Actually, no, 5 weeks. And when the price came back below it, it was resistance for 7 weeks of resistance right here. And you'll see just how important this level is. The price would come up during the week, but by the time the candle body closed, it sold off and the candle body closed below this level for this entire month, okay? When the bulls couldn't push it above this, they lost strength and the bears came in and dumped it back down. And then when the price came back above it, you'll see that this level, similar to here it was acting as a resistance, here it was support for another month. In the same story, the price would come down, but by the time the candle closed, the bulls would come in, push the price back up, defend the level for an entire month straight right here. You see we had 4 candle bodies close above it, right here, very, very close. And then as soon as this candle body closed below it, that was a sign that the bulls were losing strength and we came all the way back down. Okay, now recently we made our way back up to this level, and it's the same thing. During the week, it looked like we had a bullish breakout. The price got very extended beyond this line, but by the time this candle closed, the bears came in and pushed this down. So look at this big wick that we have, and the candle body closed right at this line. Look at that, it's crazy. And then the following week, same thing. The bulls pushed it up, but by the time the candle body closed on Sunday evening, right back down here, we had 2 consecutive weeks where the candle body closed below, and then after that, we had a big dump, and that brings us to the current price. Now, on this big drop, we were lucky enough to at least salvage 2 major support levels, okay? So I'm going to zoom out, and you'll see that on the last upswing, we did something very significant. While we got rejected right here at this horizontal line, we broke this diagonal level of resistance that was holding us down since 2021. Okay, so this is a very significant development in the price action. And what we're doing right now, as you know, when you break a significant level of resistance, more often than not, the price will make its way back to it and test it as a support level. And if you look closely, that's exactly what's happening right now. Okay, so the price has come back and we're testing this former level of resistance as a support. Okay, but not only that, we also have this diagonal support line as well, and this is the third touch. So draw this from the candle bodies, and you see we have 1, 2, and now the third touch of this trend line, making it a valid trend line. So we're at a period where we have the intersection of 2 support levels, okay? So we have this upsloping one, and we're retesting this former level of resistance, now turned support. Okay, so knowing that we're now sitting at a level of support that has confluence the confluence being these two levels, right? We can now look to see if we have a potential trade setup that's going to offer us a good risk reward ratio. So I've already marked a potential setup out right here, and actually it's gone up a bit since I marked it out. So now I have to move this up a bit, and that's going to negatively affect the R&R just slightly. So if I were to enter a trade right here, I would have to place my stop below both of these support lines and below this previous wick, okay? So in this particular trade, I would risk 3.68% to potentially get 11.45% to the upside, and that's a risk-reward ratio of slightly over 1 to 3, meaning for every $1 I'm risking here, I could potentially get $3 if my target to the upside hits. And I'm actually being quite conservative with this target, so I'm just targeting the first level of potential resistance right here, okay? So you see, this is the other horizontal line that I recommended that you draw. And actually, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this one you want to draw it right from the top of these two candle bodies, okay? And then if you look to the right, it was support right here, it was support right here. So this is also quite a significant level. So this is the level that I'm going to target to the upside if I decide to take this particular trade, okay? So again, this is a 1 to 3 risk reward setup, which is quite good. Now you're going to know if you're wrong quite early, just basically if the price comes down here. Now this is tricky because this trade is based off the weekly time frame, and it's quite possible that the price comes down here and then the body closes above it. What I'm looking for, I just want to make sure that the candle body closes above these support lines. So it's possible for a wick to come down if Bitcoin dumps or whatever, in which case I'll get stopped out, which I'm okay with because it's slightly over 3%. It's not a big deal. But yeah, zooming back out, it's a little frustrating. Again, I mentioned this in several videos, but we're in a phase of the market where the big money's trying to shake you out. It's very choppy. So when I'm entering trades, I'm being very conservative with both my stop loss and my take profit target, right? I'm only looking to target the first level of resistance above where I'm entering. And my stop loss is also going to be very tight to where I'm not going to lose more than a few percent if I'm wrong. But yeah, this is the choppy phase of the market. So again, just be very conservative with both your take profit and your stop losses. Unless, of course, you just want to accumulate right now and you intend to sell in 2024, 2025, then whatever, this is not really a bad area to accumulate, I don't think. On most of the altcoins, it seems pretty good to me. But of course, that's not financial advice. Anyway, just a quick update on Hedera. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, smash the like button. And if you're not subscribed and you want to get notified when I release these videos, click subscribe to the bell, click on all. You want to place the trade Hedera, the links are in the pinned comment and the description. All right, guys, have a good evening. Take care. Bye.